All righty, everybody. Welcome to another live New York session. And again, this is Paul McMillan, and it's June 23rd, 2022. So what we're going to do is actually check the news. And so as we can see, the London session is just about over. Now at around 8:30, we want to see a little bit of major news. We want to see the unemployment claims. That's something we kind of want to watch out for. I don't think it's NFP week. Then again, it might be, but not necessarily sure. I know it happens once a month, but I don't see unemployment for farm rolls. So I don't know. We might be okay, but anytime when it's NFP, we just don't trade that day, period. So now that we're on the chart, what we're going to actually do is we're going to actually mark up market structure from the 15-minute to the 4-hour time frame. So let me go all the way back in price, and then we'll get started. All right, so this is as far back as price goes. So I'm going to put a vertical line here. All right, now. Next thing what I'm going to do is just start marking up support and resistance on institutional support and resistance. And these are areas where the institutions gathered a lot of liquidity off of retail traders' stop losses in order to make them big moves. So that's what I'm going to be marking up. Here's the reason why you want to mark up these areas, because then you'll get an idea of how the institutions move. That's what's going to put you in the best, most profitable moves in the market. And, that's what's going to help you to be more of a consistent trader than, just, trading the retail way. Let's see, let me get this one, kind of touch it up. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to actually mark up zones on these lines. So now that I marked these up, I'm going to go on ahead to the 30-minute time frame. And so then we're going to mark this area up on the 30-minute time frame. So then we're going to put a vertical line here. And that's typically how I mark up support and resistance, because I trade on the institutional level. I look at how the banks move. That's what's helped me to be more profitable than just trading retail. Not saying retail is bad. Matter of fact, you need to learn retail first to get that down pat. That's what lays your foundation. And once your foundation is laid, then that's when you start to build a house, so to speak. All right. This is what we marked up on the 30-minute time frame. So now we're going to go over to the 1 hour. So we're going to mark it the 1 hour here. So I guess I'll put this, we'll make this red. All right, so now we're going to move on to the 4 hour time frame. And as you can see, these are all the zones we have marked up. So now this is where current price is at. So now this is going to be our floor here. And then I'm probably going to draw this line. Right. Now we mark that up. And so now we're going to go back to the 15-minute time frame. And as you can see, mark these zones up pretty good. Okay. So now we're at current price. Right. Now we finished step 1. So step 2, this is where we're going to actually figure out what is the overall trend. So when I look at the RSI, I see that price is close to being oversold. Overbought, rather. So I think it's safe to conclude that price is starting to reverse and go bearish. So let's draw a little trend line here. And I want to say, so now, that's what I'm going to put. Now I'm going to locate the most nearest high and the most nearest low. The way I do that is by turning on the high, lower, low strategy indicator. So this is the most recent low. So this is going to be, the most recent high. So this is going to be the high where I'm going to place my breaking retest for the buy. The price breaks and retest here and goes up, then it's probably a good buy. Then let's see, this is probably the most recent low here. Price break past this, and that means we're probably getting, then that confirms we're bearish. So then I'm going to turn this off. The reason why I like to do break and retest is because it lets me know exactly what the institutions want to fill that next imbalance order after faking out retail traders. Okay. Now the next thing I do is turn on the supply demand indicator. Okay. And this is my institutional indicator. So what it does is it basically identifies imbalance gaps and mitigation areas. So when the institutions throw these big orders in and make these big moves like this, basically creates an imbalance gap to where, yeah, they make a lot of money on these moves, but they also leave a lot of orders open as well. Kind of like this move here. They made a lot of money with this buy order, but a lot of sell orders got left open, which put them in negative profit, even though they made a lot of profit off of this move as well. So they had to come back and mitigate these areas, in order to, make their money back. Okay. So what I do is I like to get into moves to where they're trying to fill those orders. That's what I like to get into, because that's when the big moves happen. So thinking about this, maybe that feels good here. So when I look at the most recent move here, this is what caused this imbalance gap here, all the way to the upside here. So it makes sense that maybe it might come down and mitigate this area. And if they do, then this might be a good, decent buy that I probably could jump into. But if they decide to buy it up, then more likely a price breaking retest or getting this imbalance gap, which was caused by this previous move all the way back here. They did mitigate up to this point, but they still got all of this to get. So the question is, which one are they going to do? Well, we'll find out. But know this, that whatever move they decide, whatever imbalance move they decide to, imbalance gap they decide to get, whether it's down here, up here, that's the move you want to catch. You want to always catch the big moves when the institutions move. So then what I'm going to actually do is, give me a second here. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, now, so that's what we're going to do. So now in this situation, give me 1 second, guys. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to place our risk to reward tools because we want to make sure that we give ourselves a good risk to reward ratio in trades. So the goal is to get at least a risk to ratio reward of 1. Now my goal is to try to get just 20 pips worth of NAS, well, 500 pips worth of NAS. So we want to see price go down at least to this point. Here. Now, if price goes down that much, yeah, I can keep my stop loss this way because I'm getting at least a risk to reward of 1. That way, by the time the price breaking retest and goes down here, I'll be able to trail my stop loss and make it a risk-free trade. So that's good. So it's all the way over here. Now that's if price decides to sell. Okay. Now, price decides to buy up. We want to get at least a risk reward of 1. We want to get at least 500 pips worth of NAS. So this is going to go up to here. And if price decides to buy up to this mitigation zone, then I'll put the second take profit here. And that's what I'm going to do if price decides to buy up. Now that I did that, what I'm going to do is go ahead and set my alerts for my take profit zones. And then we'll move on to the next step. Be right back. All right, guys, so I went on ahead and set my alerts. In the New York session has officially started. See the close on indicator with the white line is on. So we see that. So now we're going to turn on the Des Moines EMA indicator. So this is the indicator that I use as extra confirmation on top of any analysis that I do. So anytime when the red EMA is crosses, the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA, and it's either above or below the 50 EMA, which is this blue line, it usually signifies a good confirmation to get into a strong buy or sell. So if I see this correctly, I think NAS is probably going to sell eventually. So if it crosses this line, especially if it crosses the moving below the moving average, then I might have a solid sell here. Now let me go to the news. So we have some news coming on at 9:40, 8:30 and 9:45. Just right there. Yeah, 20:30. Yep. So it probably won't really be coming into a good trade until maybe 10:30. But we'll see if we can get something. What else am I going to do? So we'll just wait and see what NAS is going to do. So that is it. We're going to wait and see. So I'll just record it. Be right back. All right, so we are about to enter the 8:15 candle. So I believe 8:30 is when the first news will hit. So see where we're at. So yeah, the next candle is closing down. Yep, so we'll see what price does when we hit the 8:30 candle. So we've got about 15 seconds until, or less than that. Got about 5 seconds until the 8:30 candle. This is the news candle. So we need to really see what price we want to do. This news candle. Goes below. Might be a decent sell here already. Jump in real quick on this sell. See it's dropping, but let me pause this recording real quick. Like price dropped. See if I can profit at least $50 if I can. Let's see. Recording. So it looks like price is resisting this area, so I'm gonna wait until break and retest that, and then we'll know for sure for the sell. So let me just wait and see. All right, so we got about 3 seconds until the 9:45 candle. If I'm not mistaken, the next candle closed below. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 9:45. Well, the new USD gonna be on some major news at 9:45. So we're just gonna wait. 9:30 bell and 9:45. So we'll wait. So we are at the 9:30 bell, y'all. Looks like price is pushing up. Another might buy if it breaks through that line. But see, it's going to be volatile, so I'm going to wait till the 9:45 bell first. They're going to start knocking out these retail trades. That's why it's going back and forth. But it's still above the 50 EMA. That's what I'm looking at. But I see a lot of wick action up here as well. So I think that thing gonna drop. Push it. Get this cell ready. 6, 7. Yeah, it's dropping. I see it. Take pocket. 6.0. NAS100. Is that you, player? About to sell it down to the next zone? We'll see. I might wait until the 9:30 bell though, because so we'll see what happens at the 9:45 bell. Be right back. It's like it's about to cross my line, but it keeps on rejecting it. They're trying to knock out these retail traders so bad. It's funny. But I want to see if this candle's going to keep on pushing and pushing past. Or is it, or they're going to fake everybody out? Hold on. Yeah, see that wick? And now it's pushing. See, they trying to stop everybody out with them stop losses. Okay, now it looks like it might be pushing. All right, let me go on for the sell and see what happens. Hope they didn't bust me out. It's dropping. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's dropping now. But now it's kind of pushing back. So what I'm gonna do is I closed with the $4 profit. You need to see it close a little bit more. Now it's pushing down again.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Where you been?
My bad. Picking up this low, I had to get down and dirty with it.
Now it's dropping.
had to lock it on up.
Okay.
Now it's dropping, but
Are you in, Paul?
Yeah. So you start with a small account. Hopefully you get that up. So let me pause this recording. $25 in this one. That's probably all I'm going to do because stay my brother. So good. So $25 profit on this one. So I'm going to actually take that out. That's good. Because I made that. So price really did drop. It was starting to retrace back up again. Pause this recording real quick. dropping even more. They see it keeps on bumping back and forth. Yeah, so they keep on bumping back and forth. They say it's probably the news too, because I remember they said at 9:45. Well, the USD is going to be under a little bit of major news, and then again at 10 o'clock. But see, it would be risky for me to sell again because if it goes all the way down to here, it might reject this, or it might reject or hit this 200 EMA. Now, see, they knocking out stop losses. They keep on bouncing back and forth. It might be dropping now, but I don't know. Yep, so keep on going back and forth. Nope, see that? They knocking out stop losses. Nope, I'm done for the day. Y'all ain't about to get my money. See that? Then they ain't bought up. So glad I ain't selling that one. They trying to knock all these cats out still, even though it did drop down to here. Nope. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and probably close this session just for the simple fact because I made some decent money in the market, but I do want to see what this move is gonna do. Just curious. So guys, they still trying to knock out these stop losses. It's going back and forth now. So I'm gonna take my money and run and get back into this tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this session. So again, there's a $25 profit up to 0.02 lot size. For you guys again. Yep. So $25 profit because I did profit in the small trades earlier. And then I just withdrew $25. And that's off of the 0.02 lot size. But yeah, looks like they're going back and forth and knocking out stop losses. I'm not messing with that today. So I'm gonna wrap up this session. I'll see you guys in the next one.